Oh, okay, we're on.
Oh.
So here we go with the intro. I can edit this out later.
Welcome to Brews with Comic Dudes.
We are Brews with Comic Dudes. Listen, dudes. Drinking brews and talking comics.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, see, it all makes sense.
Dudes with Brews talking about comics.
Welcome to Brews with Comic Dudes, episode 15. We have a great show planned for you as always. Hopefully it lives up to the potential that it has. No, that's the consensus on that. But we'll do our best to deliver the best quality entertainment you can get on a Sunday afternoon.
I feel like I should have changed shirts.
Probably.
The one we just did.
Right.
I think you should, I think you should embrace the everywhere fun fair, though.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
People are going to ask.
Everybody likes a fun fair. I am your host, Andrew Dort, with your co-host.
Jared Rocco.
And our special guest / co-host.
Steven Anderson.
And our first-time host. Guest.
Jessica Clutter.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you
All
for
right,
having me.
let's start kicking off with beers. Jessica, what are you drinking?
I have the Horchata Imperial Stout from Arche Brewing Company. We just tried it for the first time yesterday, and it is wonderful.
Is it super cinnamony?
No,
No?
it's delightful. You're welcome to try it. Anybody's welcome to try it. It's pretty strong. It's 9.25, but it's like a delightful Christmassy
Ooh.
kind of
Smells
flavor.
good.
It's
Christmas
really,
in March.
really good. I think they should start manufacturing it all the time.
That is really
Is it
good.
good? Horchata, that's that stuff that you came back from Arizona and were addicted to, right?
Yeah.
It's like a Latin American spiced
It's rice milk.
beverage, yeah. I've never actually had real horchata, but if it's
It's
as good as this,
friggin' good.
It must be.
I dip cookies in it.
I might dip cookies in this.
Steve, what are you drinking?
I also went to Arche and I picked up a Once More Time milk stout. It tastes, well, it smells like chocolate fudge and it tastes like graham crackers.
But
Is that good?
is it a
or-
good combination?
It's fantastic.
Ooh,
It's very, very good.
very nice. I
I'm-
mean, you
I'm
know what you're drinking now.
The horchata stuff.
Laced with just a little bit of mimosa,
Mimosa.
that was in that glass previously.
Orange juice and champagne.
Champagne showers.
And what
As
about
they
you?
say.
It looks like you got a fat head.
I'm
over there.
drinking a fat. I think this is the first fat head on the show, actually.
That can't
Bubbleberry?
be true.
Oh, I think it might. No one's had. This lighting is horrible, but yeah, that's what I'm drinking. Fathead Headhunter
Oh,
IPA.
Headhunter. That's one of my favorites.
Award winning from 2012, 2014, 2010, 2011. So they've been losing their.
It's old news
Yeah,
at this
it's old
point, I
news,
guess. But it's still
The
that-
quality's
that's one
gone
of my
downhill
favorites.
since
Well, that's good,
2014.
'cause everybody has
I
a
know.
blueberry beer now.
Yeah, even my cat has a blueberry beer. Just like how everybody has a podcast.
Yeah.
So-
But not one of this caliber.
Not to this caliber, exactly. All right, before we get started, don't forget, follow us on, if you're watching us on YouTube, just subscribe and like, or you can give it,
Slap that like button.
or a thumbs down. I don't care. Numbers are numbers.
I care. I'll find you.
Comment.
Comments are comments.
Comments are comments.
That I don't care
You can make
about.
fun of my bald head. You can make fun of, what do you guys not like about yourselves?
I don't like Andrew's
Jared's like,
bald
where
head.
to start?
That's what we're talking
This
about
is taking a
episode.
turn. My nipples are the size of dinner plates. I don't care who knows it.
All right, but yeah, follow us on Facebook. Everything is on SoundCloud now. I splurged. Do it. Don't make me regret spending that money. It's on iTunes. So yeah, it's everywhere. Not everywhere, but most places.
I'll be anywhere if you want me to come over to your house and do a live show. You know,
We
for
will-
a fee.
If you own a comic book shop or a bar, we will do our show at that place or wherever because we're desperate for attention for this thing.
You can tell.
I'm just in general just referring.
You can have Jared and Andrew come over, and you can tell them everything that you think is wrong with the show, and they'll tell you all the reasons why you're wrong.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
probably just stop the show after that then.
Yeah.
We got, our quality is
I'll
terrible.
cry in your home, and you'll have to comfort me.
For free too.
Yeah, that's free of charge.
Just got to cuddle with them to make them feel good.
That'll cost you something more than money.
Yep. Let's start out with what I have on my list here. I've been meaning to talk about this for the last several months. as a comic book fan, there's many things out there to keep track of what's coming out week to week. Sometimes it's hard to remember what's coming out week to week because some things come out every 2 weeks, some things come out every like 2-3 months. Depends on how DC is delaying things.
It's not just that.
I know, but like this whole Doomsday Clock thing,
Yeah, the
it's
Doomsday
been like
Clock thing's
it's been
bad.
every 3 months, and it's really annoying.
Yeah, it's been
Because it's
bad.
a great quality read, but still it's taken forever. My favorite comic book app to use is, I'm going to be able to make sure, it's called, yeah, I just forgot the name of it.
That's how important and good
Fresh
it is.
Comics. You can actually schedule, well, you can pick what issues you read week to week, and you can click them, turn them on as favorites. You can do artists, you can do authors, you can do,
That's what I
well,
liked
yeah, just
about
series,
it,
yeah.
is because I would just pick like my favorite writers, and even if they were like doing like a random issue of something, it would notify me that they had something coming out that
Mhm.
month. That's what I liked about it the most.
It has a this week in my lists, so everything pops up, which whatever you like or follow. It's pretty nice because every time I walk into a comic book shop, at least before I got this app, I would walk in. Called Fresh Comics.
Fresh Comics. And it's
Hmm.
spelled correctly. There's not like a unique 90s like
Correct.
comics with an X or anything
No,
like that.
nope.
They didn't insert a random Y in there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Nothing crazy. But yeah, it's definitely my favorite app to use right now.
It also has events and stuff on it
Yeah.
too, which is nice.
Comic Cons. It's more heavily based around New York City, from what I can
Yeah,
tell,
like it does.
which is cool.
There are a couple. I did have like a couple issues with it. Like that takes a little extra searching on the thing, but like nothing major.
Yeah,
So
sometimes you gotta dig
yeah.
for stuff.
But I'd
sure.
recommend the app as well. It's been very useful and helpful, especially for people who are trying to like keep up to date with certain things. So I second that app.
Another good app. This is more for people who are collectors who are looking for key comics, which are like appearances, first mentions of people, variant covers that are going to be like rare to find. It's called Key Collector Comics. I know you can barely tell with the glare on there, but that's a good one if you're a collector. As I said, I'm not a big fan of it because they don't really post week to week comics that are coming out. But if you want to try and find something that might be worth something in the future, it's not a bad app to go to. For key comics that you might think you have that might be worth something, you can always look it up on here. They have like the low range, the mid range, and the high range, depending on the quality that you have.
Is this something where you can actually purchase these, or it tells you where you can purchase these?
You can. There's an eBay option you can click,
Okay.
So-
yeah.
That's neat.
So you can
Yeah.
do it directly. That's nice.
and you can keep track of what you have. You can click own, or you can click want. Have like a little wish list on there.
Okay.
I'm not a big fan of it. Like I said, I'm not a big collector for things that might be worth something. I just like what I like. Seth, he's the guy that likes to go out there and see what's fresh and hot, what's going to be worth something the next day, next couple years. Depends on what you're into.
You're the kind of guy who buys action figures to play with them.
Rather than just having
Well,
it
I
sandwiched.
build my Legos and put them on a shelf.
Right.
Yeah, I don't play with them.
But you did for like a brief
I
second.
did, yes.
I never
Oh,
kept
little
anything
Iron
in the
Man.
box. I never.
Oh no,
Even the
that's
comics, like
madness.
Josh bought me like an old, like Batman issue for my birthday one year, and like a couple weeks later, he's like, "So, are you gonna read that?" And I was like, "I already did. Like, I don't care how old it is. I'm gonna read this."
Yeah.
like,
One
And then
more.
he screamed because you devalued it
Ah.
by taking it
well,
out of the
like,
package.
so like I saw the same issue like
Creases.
in mint condition on a shelf. And like in mint condition, it's worth something. But obviously, Josh didn't buy me like the mint condition one.
No, that'd be remarkable.
But so I mean, I didn't devalue it in any way, shape, or form.
I do still have my original Big Bad Beetleborg action figures.
Oh my God.
If you hold on to
I
that,
used to have some of
thought
those.
that they would be worth something
No,
one day
they're
when I was a
not.
kid.
You still have them in the box?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
That's crazy.
really?
yeah.
I'll buy them for
well, you
I'll pay
never
$5.
know. Maybe in like 50 years or something.
when everyone's like, "What the hell?"
I think in
Beetleborgs.
Steve's mind, Beetleborgs was a huge
The
thing.
greatest show ever
It
made
is.
ever.
like the
It really
underrated
wasn't.
Power Rangers.
People will be
Right.
talking about this
Yeah.
in decades to come.
When they
Right.
reboot it in
Everyone's gonna
30
love the Big
years.
Bad Beetleborgs.
When in reality, it was closer to like
What about my
Beanie
biker?
Babies.
Yeah, basically.
What about my Biker Mice from Mars collector edition, limited edition,
My brother had a lot of those Bionicle action figures. I don't
the
know.
Lego
The
things.
Lego,
I
yeah.
had all of those, like the first
Yeah.
2 series.
Those are probably
They're gonna-
worth more than Big Bad Beetleborgs.
They're in the canisters somewhere
Yeah,
at my
yeah.
parents' house. One more app that I really like. This is more for my personal use because I'm a huge Funko Pop collector. I have way too many of them, and I'm proud about it. The app is called Stashpedia. It's kind of cool because it can keep list of your collection that you have, and it tells you what they're worth on the market. And they kind of go up and down. They keep track of where they get sold, if it's on Amazon, some other comic book site, collector site, or on eBay, and they kind of keep the average going. It's a cool way to keep track of like what you have and how much it's worth. Some of them don't have all the prices listed right away, so you kind of have to wait for the market to get enough purchases to get a good average on how much they are. Like right now I have 68 pops and they're worth at like in good condition $965.
Nice.
Yeah.
Don't tell that to Lauren.
No. Oh, she knows.
Yeah, she's selling them as we speak.
Like it was weird though because the other day at Target, she better not. She's at work. She can't do that. The other day Target had like a Target Con, which is cool because they released a bunch of like limited edition pops. I don't know why, because I just had to talk about this. I bought a Captain Marvel flying one. Glows in the dark. The eyes glow. The mohawk glows. The hands glow.
Oh.
It's worth $29. I got it for like $9.99, and I thought it was released on Friday.
Huh.
Wow.
But if you go here, you can see how it like ranges in value. Like the lowest it was sold is $29, but I guess they're not going by like actual store
Yeah.
value.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
yeah, which I don't think I've spent almost $1,000 on these, but
I would
Oh,
hope.
yeah.
yeah. So if anybody wants to buy my collection, I'll give you a discounted rate at $900 for them all, except like 2 that I want to keep.
You have like 68 of them, you said.
Yes.
What's your favorite one that you own or have seen someplace that you don't necessarily own? Because I've seen some pretty creative
My
ones.
favorite one is probably. Oh god, I mean, it's got to be the Venomized Loki. I'll show you guys really quick.
Oh, the Venomized Loki.
That's a
There's
term.
probably a
Yeah.
series of those, right? Like Venomized.
I got
things.
most of them, but Venomized Loki is
Oh
like the
my
most
God,
badass
he's
looking one.
horrifying.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. Then they just came out with the Batman Who Laughs, which is probably one of my favorite miniseries right now for comic books. That one's pretty cool looking. I'm sorry you guys can't really look at this stuff right now, but
We'll look up Batman Who Laughs.
look up Batman Who Laughs Funko Pops.
It,
Jeez.
You'll
it
just-
looks like me.
You'll just have to
Scary.
take our word for it then.
Yeah,
it's
you're
Yeah.
scary.
And I got some. I mean, they got a variety. If you're not in Funko Pops, there's like a ton for like anything. Mainly, I collect Marvel ones.
Yeah.
There's sports ones.
Yeah,
I have a
anything you can
Baker.
think of,
I have a
really.
Baker
There's from
Mayfield.
Man.
Scrubs, JD and
I
Turk
just
from
got Scrubs the other day. I was so excited too. It was like buy one get one half off. I was like, hell yeah!
I have a Mr. Meeseeks from Rick and Morty in my office at work.
See,
It lets people know that I'm very, very serious about my job.
if I miss me. Look at me. But yeah, I feel like if I started getting Rick and Morty, I'd have to get them all.
The
You would
only-
have to.
I think I have almost the whole complete set for Spider-Man Homecoming. I think I'm missing like 2, but by now they're worth like a shit ton. Oops, language. Anyways,
I've never actually bought one of these. I've been gifted quite a couple of them, mainly Star Wars and Batman ones. But I was tempted to buy, because sometimes they have like the 2 sets where it's like two
that's
of
my
them
actual.
together.
That's my favorite one.
I
That's
was-
a 10-inch tall.
Dino
Dynamech
Ultrazord.
Trizord.
I didn't know they made them in different sizes.
Oh yeah, it's like
Oh yeah,
That
there's
high off
Don't
of
you have
the
a big
table.
Hulk too?
I have a giant Hulk one too from Ragnarok.
Oh, nice.
Ugh,
Does he have like his
excuse me.
battle gear on?
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
See, okay, I didn't know that having big ones was a unique thing because I was going
No.
to mention that I saw a Hagrid one and I thought it was unique because it was bigger than the normal.
I mean, there's not
ones.
as many giant big ones.
Yeah. There's
But there's-
I've seen like a Hulkbuster one.
That'd be great.
I think Josh has a Hulkbuster.
I feel like he has.
Yeah.
You got a Demogorgon one that's big. That
Yeah.
just came out with a Baby Jack, an Ewok one,
Nice.
Toothless that I really wanted, but I can only spend so much on those without breaking the bank.
I saw a 2-pack for Blue Beetle and Booster Gold, and I almost bought that. But
Wow.
I did see that.
Surprised you
Yeah,
didn't.
I
I
can't
talked
believe
myself
you
out of
didn't.
it.
that would
yeah.
be a cool one. They had a Wayne's World one the other day that I really wanted when they're playing in the street. The car, game on. But yeah,
I was hoping it was going to be the donut shop owner guy.
no, nope.
Or Chris Farley.
Chris Farley. So yeah, that's my thing on apps. There's some good. There's more comic book apps out there. I'm sure.
Let us know which ones
Yeah.
you use.
Thank you for watching Andrew's App Corner.
All right. Thank you guys. See you next time. Okay. Next on the list, we're gonna run down some movie stuff. Let's talk about the trailers that we just watched. Spider-Man: Far From Home coming out soon, July 5th or 6th, 4th of July weekend.
So the biggest complaint I've heard about this so far is like, well, no,
Well, I got a question for you when you're done with this.
it's a weird complaint because I thought this should be common sense, but a lot of people saw this trailer and they're like, well, then obviously Spider-Man's not dead. And my response was, well, yeah.
But
Does this not take place before the events of Infinity War?
It's supposed to be after.
What?
What?
I didn't know that.
Well, I don't know.
I mean,
They're
I
still
would
going on a school
I would
trip,
assume
even
so.
though like half the world disappeared.
But
well, no, the problem's been solved. Spider-Man's back.
yeah, Spider-Man figured it out. He won.
Well, all right, never mind.
Spider-Man.
We have to take care of that.
But I mean, is it a spoiler? Like to say
Yeah,
that
did you
Spider-Man
really think-
most likely not going to die, but he's one of the newest members in the MCU. Therefore, he's going to be another key character in play to
Yeah, because
bring more things into it.
Everybody
I said
else
the
is
same
gonna
thing
leave.
about. I said the same thing about
Yeah.
Black Panther. Like they had one wildly successful Black Panther movie.
Yeah.
They're not just going to get rid of him.
I
just
think that's
because-
confirmed that some people are going to come back, and people that are alive are probably going to die, obviously, in Endgame. So
But it wasn't realistic. To Jared's point, it wasn't ever realistic for a Disney-owned franchise to end their series with, and then everyone died.
Yeah.
Like that just isn't. That's not a thing that happens.
Is
Nope.
is it too much to just ask people like, okay, stop metagaming, just enjoy the movies?
Yeah.
as they
Yeah,
come
no,
out?
that's true, and that's cheating a little bit to know that they're like upcoming films
I mean,
are coming. But I mean, at a certain point, you just have to be a little bit realistic about it.
like not even trying, just the things I follow on Facebook and everything else, Instagram. Like I see a bunch of production has started on this. Oh, this is confirmed for a sequel. Oh, this guy's going to be in this. Like, so I kind of know.
Mm.
And it's just like comic books. People die, they always come
Nobody
back.
ever dies. in
Nobody
comic
ever
book,
actually
ever.
dies. Yeah, or you live long enough to see yourself as the villain. So
That was deep, Andrew.
that was
Yeah,
I came
well.
up with that
Yeah,
all by
where'd you-
myself.
where'd you
Yeah,
hear
yeah.
that?
I just just thinking,
Off the top of my
drinking,
dome.
just drinking and thinking.
They're gonna put that on your tombstone, probably.
I'd hope
Yeah,
so.
and
I
then
got a
people are gonna
copyright.
be like,
Wow,
wow,
that guy was intense.
What kind of
Sorg, he was
comic?
evil.
What kind of comic books did he write? Nothing. He was just the only thing he came up with. But you said originally you weren't a big fan of Jake Gyllenhaal playing
I just
Mysterio.
thought he was a weird choice.
But now seeing him for like the 10 seconds.
So based on the trailer, my opinions of Mysterio are that he's clearly trying to convince people that he's helping.
He's Syndrome.
From The
Yes.
Incredibles.
Yes, that's what I assumed when you mentioned
but
Mysterio.
At the same
Yeah.
time, if you know anything about Mysterio, he's obviously making these things
Yeah.
and then fighting them,
Right.
much like Syndrome.
Syndrome.
It's obvious to us, the audience, but it won't
So-
be to the characters in the film.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But no, Jake Gyllenhaal, he may seem like a weird choice, but a lot of people also said that they couldn't ever imagine Heath Ledger as being the Joker.
True.
So I think,
And they've both been gay
He's
cowboys,
great.
so
yeah,
they could do anything. Well, one's dead. I'm sorry.
No more crossovers between. That could be a good crossover for DC and Marvel.
Brokeback Mountain.
Brokeback DC,
Brokeback Comics.
Brokeback Comics.
No,
if there's a comic book store we're going to open up, it's going to be called Brokeback Comics.
I want no part
And
of
no
it.
one will ever go there.
You're going to be walking out with so many comics, be breaking your back.
Is it supposed to be a surprise or a secret that he's playing Mysterio, or is it like
Your
are
average
you
moviegoer
supposed
probably
to
isn't
know,
going to
looking
know
at the
that.
trailer, that he's Mysterio?
I would assume
I think if you know who Mysterio is, you know that that's who he's playing. But if you don't, then
Because
you
I
Your
don't-
average moviegoer isn't going to probably know.
If you
who
grew up in the 90s
Mysterio
watching
is.
Yeah.
Spider-Man comics,
See,
the
that's what I was
movie
thinking.
show,
I'm thinking for the average MCU watcher who's not a comic book fan, and there are a lot of people that fall into that slice of the pie.
yeah,
I immediately knew that he was Mysterio because of the green smoke in the trailer.
yeah.
Not knowing that Mysterio was going to be in the movie, I knew
and
that
like
he
the
was Mysterio.
fishbowl thing going on.
See, that wasn't until later in the
Well,
trailer.
true. I mean, that was within like seconds. So,
Yeah,
but-
he might not be in. I wouldn't probably have. I would have known that he was somebody, but I might not have just based on that one little 2-second clip.
Mhm.
I might not have been able to put that together.
I do think Jake Gyllenhaal is like a really good actor.
Yeah.
I think he puts a lot of effort into his roles, and so like I think he's like a good choice for a villain.
Pretty much anybody.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, like I'm not disappointed. He wouldn't have been my obvious choice for Mysterio, I guess.
I think the suit is spot on for Mysterio, which is, I think,
Yeah,
the
it
most
looks
exciting
good.
part of the movie. Like, I was
I have to
curious if they
excuse
were going to
myself.
tweak it. No problem. I was very excited to see how identical it is to the comic books. But that's me.
Oh, okay.
They've
Yeah,
taken a lot of liberties from deviating from like comic book stories though in all these
Mhm.
movies, which is kind of nice because it keeps the audience guessing.
Yeah.
You don't have people that know exactly how everything is going to end and how it's exactly going to turn out because it's
right.
a story that's already been written.
Yeah.
But
So, in a way, I wish I could, like, neuralize myself and forget, like, all about comic books and just watch these, like,
it would
from,
be so
like,
exciting.
from an average fan. Like,
would be so
holy crap,
exciting for the
I
first
had no
time.
idea this was going to happen. I don't know this reference at all to the comic books.
Right.
I would like to know that at the same time, but at the same time, it's kind of like, I know what's coming, so I'm, like, really excited
If I
about
could
it.
do that, I'd go back and watch the original trilogy of Star Wars.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yes.
We were talking about this not that long
And not
ago.
know about Darth Vader being the father to
I
Luke
don't ever
and
remember
finding
a
out for the
time in
first
my
time.
life where I didn't know that, which is kind of disappointing because I can't remember having that surprise for
Yeah.
the first time. I was too young to really appreciate it.
That's
I
why you
guess.
have kids and you show it to them organically like that.
So Rey is probably just going to have her mind.
Don't tell her about Darth
blown.
Vader and Luke Skywalker. Else
She's
she'll
going to be
mad.
heartbroken.
She will.
Wait until her 18th birthday.
Uh,
Did
One of
you
my-
know?
One of the favorite videos I've seen is a girl watched Rogue One without having any idea of like its connection, like how it fit into the universe,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and then like slowly the plot is like revealed to you of like where this is taking place and stuff, and then you have that scene at the end of Rogue One where Darth Vader shows up, and it
Oh,
freaking blew this girl's mind.
dude,
She
it
was like, "Oh!"
blew my mind. That
It
was,
was
like
amazing. Yeah, I mean, it was
That's
a really cool.
fantastic scene.
Yeah.
Right? In
Yeah.
the darkness where his lightsaber.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It was really cool, but
I
like
can see how that.
at
would
the
be
same time as
exciting.
I'm watching it, like there was a part of me that like suspected we would see something along
Yeah.
this line. Obviously, it was done really, really well.
yes.
It still
um,
managed to be surprising for somebody
yeah.
who even knew it was coming.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was a really cool.
There's
scene.
a really cool meme on Facebook. It had all like all the MC, all the Marvel shows on Netflix, and it has like, oh, we have awesome hallway scenes.
Oh yeah,
And then
yeah,
then you have Darth Vader's like, hold my beer.
yeah.
It just shows him in the hallway. You're like, oh shit. Like, yep, you can't beat that scene. But
Based on the beginning of the Spider-Man trailer, are we supposed to assume that Aunt May is actually like going to be a real character in this movie, or is she still just going to be an advice dispenser?
probably
she-
that.
yeah.
She's still gonna be in New York City because
Yeah, she's not.
she's
going
like,
Europe
oh, yeah,
with
she's
him.
not. Yeah,
Okay,
she'll be on a phone call here or there.
Yeah.
that was
for
just
sure.
that was a lot of screen time for Aunt May.
Yeah, and I forgot
Well,
that
that's
she.
because she's also a source of comic relief too, where
Yeah.
everybody has like a thing for Aunt May.
And
She's
she's not
also an
the
Academy Award
Yeah.
winner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Steve.
yeah. Throw that in my face. I know I don't have an Academy Award, Jared. I understand.
So.
Not yet.
So my thing is, what I'm sure most people are thinking, like, hey, Hydro Man might be in here. Hey, Sandman might be in here. Guess what? That's probably not them.
Yeah, no.
No.
They might be referred as to them just to give you an easy household name. But I think word is the elementals, which you saw a fire guy, you saw the earth guy, you saw the water guy. There's probably like a wind lightning guy, which is like the big cloud over the bridge. So that's probably what it is. Then that's why Spider-Man is teaming up. Well, Mysterio is more teaming up with Spider-Man. Like, hey, I'm a good guy. I can help you out.
I just
Let's take
assumed
these
those were
down."
things he made.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm thinking
Okay.
too. They're just illusions
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
fog and mirrors.
Yeah.
So
I think it'll be pretty good.
yeah,
I'd say
I'm
that's the
excited.
bottom line.
And you got Nick Fury in it. He's always fun to
He's
have.
great.
So that'll be fun.
There wasn't
Um,
really a better casting choice than Samuel L. Jackson.
Well, they even casted it in Ultimate Avengers before it even came out.
Yeah.
To have Nick Fury as, well, Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury.
Right, they said in the comic book, like,
Yeah.
if there's ever a movie about me.
Yeah, I think they all went around with Thor and Iron Man and Hulk. And I don't know who they said. I think they might have said, like, maybe Tom Cruise was supposed to be his counterpart for Iron Man.
Yeah, Tom Cruise was Iron Man, yeah.
And
Oh,
the
God.
other ones were kind of just like, like,
I don't remember the
I
other
don't know.
ones.
I'd like to see
Nothing
Tom
memorable.
Cruise as a villain more than Iron Man.
I don't
Who
know
could
if
he play a good villain?
Yeah, quick question. If he's going to be a villain in a comic book movie, who is he
Who?
playing?
Go.
You don't think it'd be fun to see him as the Riddler? He didn't even have to act. He'd just have to
Oh,
be
they're
his like
talking
crazy
Marvel.
Scientologist self.
The Scientologist.
The new Batman villain, the Scientologist.
You can have him be the Penguin. He's short enough for it.
fudge pecker.
Yikes.
South Park reference? No? Okay. Moving on. Endgame trailer. We've not talked about this. It doesn't really show
It's
much.
just a teaser.
It's just
trailer.
more of a teaser than the first teaser for sure. Although there's been word that, a new trailer's coming up soon.
Well, I would hope so. It's
I
only
would
a
hope
couple months
Less,
away.
yeah,
Less than, well, it's about a little over a
like
month.
2.5 months.
Yeah.
These
Or, yeah.
trailers basically serve the purpose of confirming all the people who were off screen at the end of
Yeah.
the last movie actually did in fact survive,
That's
and who
very
maybe
true.
didn't. So.
Ant-Man, Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, there's the other. There's what two teasers out for Endgame
Yes.
now.
Mhm.
So the one features Ant-Man more so,
Right.
and then you see Hawkeye more in the newer
I think we
one.
touched on that briefly before.
We might have. I don't remember.
I don't know. But from what I understand, they don't plan on showing anything with marketing past 20 minutes into the movie.
Oh,
No,
Really?
no.
Which,
Yeah, you don't wanna
I'm-
give too much away.
yeah, which I'm very excited because,
Then a lot goes on in that first 20 minutes.
yeah. So
Got
I,
to.
yeah, so that leaves the entire supposedly 2.5 hours of the movie a complete mystery.
Mhm.
So I'm excited.
I'm hoping at least an hour of it is just dedicated to Tony Stark and Gamora arguing in space. That's what I would prefer.
I mean,
Not
I would
Gamora,
like
Nebula.
You got Nebula,
yeah, I'm sorry,
who's
Nebula.
this egotistical kind of like I'm always right personality,
Yeah.
and you're always wrong, and you got the
And then
exact
Tony-
same
and then
thing
you
with
have the
Tony
same
Stark.
thing.
And Tony Stark's gonna be like, we need to figure this out. She'd be like, no, yeah. It's gonna be
You're just a human. What
Yeah.
do you know?
it's gonna be fun to see how less amount of people clash together because you had your like little teams fight
Yeah.
them here and there. Now everyone's gonna have to get together and see how it
Introduce
goes.
themselves
Yeah.
for at least 15 minutes.
This
Oh,
is
yeah.
Gamora's stepsister. She's weird,
And mostly robot.
mostly robot.
Yeah, the biggest thing that I noticed as soon as I saw it was Captain America. He was putting on his old shield,
Yeah,
and they showed that very dramatically that he was definitely strapping his old shield onto his arm.
yeah.
And so that's surprising that's supposedly in the first 20 minutes because that
Mhm.
seems like a beginning of the third act thing to me.
Yeah.
It's surprising
Yeah,
to me that he
gearing up.
straps that on his arm. He's always throwing it around.
Mhm.
We have to wait for him to is that an
Yeah.
Yeah,
unshown
hang on,
scene?
hang
Wait
on.
for him to
Yeah.
unbuckle it so he can throw it.
Oh,
There's a
let
lot
me
of,
get to
there's
that.
a lot of belts on this
Yeah.
thing.
Which, now that you brought the shield thing up, if you remember in Spider-Man and Homecoming, they're moving the Tony Stark building, everything that's in there upstate.
Yeah.
Happy mentions about a prototype shield for Captain America and a belt for Thor, which in the comic books, the belt enhances his lightning, thunder stuff powers. Then also there's the prototype shield for Captain America. So
Mm.
I'm curious if that's like a just wink wink to the comic books or this is a wink wink to what could happen soon into the movies.
They don't often put things in by accident, though.
I know.
So I would say that it's probably.
Well, they
something
didn't have
that
the
you're gonna
Infinity
see.
Gauntlet that was fake. That Hela just kind of threw to the side, saying, "Yeah,
Right.
that's fake."
That's
so.
fake. I
But-
mean, my guess is that after the events of Ragnarok, the Thor belt that makes him stronger with lightning is going to be scrapped.
But I mean,
Maybe,
if they
because
moved
he
it all
kinda figured
upstate,
that out on
upstate's
his
going to
own.
be their headquarters now because
Right.
everyone's going to have to reside there to get there.
But did that
Stuff
stuff even
together.
make it there? That plane crashed.
Right.
That
Good
is
point.
true.
Good point.
Yeah.
Maybe the Vulture comes back. Vulture 2, and he's
Yeah.
got a Thor belt and a Captain
Vulture
America shield.
2, Vulture, and
Yeah.
harder.
Exactly.
The Vulture.
The Vulture ring.
Yep. All right. The trailer for Dark Phoenix, the 16th installment to X-Men movies. I don't know. There's too many to keep track.
So, does anybody want to talk first? Because I
No,
Mystique
mean-
looks like a cheap Mystique costume.
But
okay.
who's gonna?
that's your chief complaint.
I'm pretty sure
Yes.
there's a big spoiler in the trailer, and if
Is
you're
there?
smart enough, you can figure out.
Well, don't make it sound like that.
Yeah, unless you're an idiot
Yeah,
like Steven and
unless, like,
Jessica.
If you don't know who did it, well, who died, turn this off.
Yeah. So no, I mean, I'm pretty sure Mystique's gonna die in like the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, because
of
she
the
wasn't on
movie.
the rest of the trailer, to be honest.
They-
Well, so they could have made her look good for the first 10 minutes of the movie, and they chose not.
They
to.
could have just not shown that, hey, someone's gonna die in this. That's why I'm so tired of
Maybe
these
not
trailers that
mention
show
it at
so
all.
much, and it's just make me want to see the movie without spoiling anything.
I said that about Thor Ragnarok when it showed in the trailer that the Hulk was going to be in it. That should have been left as a complete.
It should have been a surprise.
Yeah.
But I mean, for marketing purposes,
I guess.
you want to know in a way, like, oh,
The rule. I don't know if you can call it a rule. The Hollywood standard
a precedent.
to get a movie made is you're supposed to have 4 trailer moments, and I feel like a lot of times lately that they just like ignore looking for the trailer moment in the movie, and they just like reveal plot.
Yeah.
Instead
that's
of,
not
like-
okay.
Like if teasers could just be the trailer, I'd be happy with that.
It wasn't like
Excuse me.
anybody was going to look at that teaser trailer and go, "Oh, that doesn't look all that interesting."
Yeah.
But yeah, so I might be in the minority here. I've liked most of the newer X-Men movies.
Me too.
Like the most parts of them. Like, yeah, they had their weak faults and things like that, but I enjoyed them. I'm a big X-Men fan. I'll see that. Like, I don't know if I'll see it in theaters. I think I've seen all. X-Men might be like one of the only film series that I've actually seen every single one in theaters.
I did not see Apocalypse.
Apocalypse
in
is the only
theaters.
one I haven't
I
seen.
saw-
in
I
theaters.
saw
I saw
that.
it in theaters.
I don't know. Did we see First Class in theaters? Yeah, we must have.
I've seen
I
that.
can't remember.
That was a fun one in theaters.
I know we saw Logan in theaters.
Yeah,
A lot of
Mhm.
men crying during that one.
yeah, yeah.
Never heard so many men sniffling.
I just
They just got something in their eyes.
I think
And some
that-
dust up in the nose.
that Fox needs to like. I think Fox has a lot of problems like internally as far as their like production company goes,
Yeah.
and I think it's starting to affect a lot of their films.
Disney
and
owns them.
Yeah,
Disney owns them now.
and the X-Men franchise is no exception.
Yeah.
Because like I mean the Dark Phoenix has been delayed at least 3 times, and
you have New Mutants that's
New
been delayed for a
Mutants has
whole
been-
entire year.
yeah, been
It's been a year and a
delayed
half
numerous
now.
times.
I'm afraid in that case it's going to get like the Suicide Squad treatment, where it will be a cobbled together,
Poorly paced.
edited, poorly paced
yeah.
monstrosity based on differing ideas. I hope that's not the case.
I mean,
Yeah.
it still worked for Bohemian Rhapsody to win multiple Academy Awards.
Mhm.
I
so-
didn't know that was true.
Which
I mean,
if you
Brian,
wanna-
they kicked Brian
Oh, they
Singer
did kick
out.
Bryan Singer
Yeah.
out. Yeah, he
But if-
wasn't invited to the party.
If you want to know our opinions on Bohemian Rhapsody, though, check out episode 14 and a half.
Yeah, we just
Oscar
filmed it.
edition.
So are you calling your shot next year? Dark Phoenix is going to get an Academy Award.
Yes.
Yeah, based on that line of thinking, yeah, definitely.
Well,
Yeah,
I like
the-
looking at it. I'm not delving into it. I'm just looking at it surface level. I think Mystique looks terrible, so I hope she does die very early.
Wow.
Storm looks really, really cool in it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like Storm. Beast looks like he's going to have a cool fight scene.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah.
Is this the first we've seen of Storm in the newer
Since
class
Halle Berry?
since Halle Berry? Is
No,
that?
she was in Apocalypse.
Apocalypse, yeah.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
She was
That's
one of
right.
the Four Horsemen.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what they're called, right? The Four Horsemen?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
making sure I had it right.
I don't have
I wasn't very
too
entertained
strong
by
memories
Apocalypse,
of
so I can't really
Apocalypse.
remember it.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
same.
I wasn't.
clunky.
I wasn't entertained by the storyline of Apocalypse, but I loved the idea that like this set up the X-Men, because like at the end they
Mhm.
become the X-Men in
Yeah.
my mind, and I like that about the movie.
Yeah.
It's been like a 3-movie origin to actually having a team. Not
Yeah.
like, oh, this happened. Let's just, get everybody together
Yeah,
and take care of this.
which is interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so cool. There's so many cool storylines in the X-Men universe.
Right.
That I'm hoping, if they are to continue after Dark Phoenix, that they might take a step back and like actually like take time to like figure out something that's like I
See
don't
what
get
Disney
the
does.
idea that you need to like have the story in an X-Men story be the pole. Like everybody who's an X-Men fan is familiar with the Dark Phoenix saga.
Right.
Yeah.
For the next X-Men movie, I don't need an Apocalypse. I don't need a Dark Phoenix. I don't even really need like a Mr. Sinister. Like just have a cool story with the
Yeah.
X-Men.
So a new story.
Like trying to like well, it doesn't even have to be new. Just like it, I don't
like-
want it to be like a main storyline that everybody's like maybe aware of.
Some like internal conflict or like
Yeah, like even somebody who's not an X-Men fan probably is aware, even because of The Last Stand, is aware
Everyone
that there's
knows.
something called the Phoenix.
It's
Yeah.
nice,
Mhm.
yeah.
Like so, I just like I don't need that.
I kind of
as-
want to
as
see
an
more
X-Men fan.
Sentinels.
Yeah, like I wouldn't be opposed to
Like
that.
I want to see like a Sentinel full out war, not like Back to the Future. I mean, not Back to
Days
the
of
Future.
Future Past.
Days
I
of
loved
Future Past.
Days
It was
of
good,
Future
yes.
X-Men Back to the Future.
But like I feel like there's so much more to capitalize off the Sentinels. Like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
there's these futuristic things that have had adapted. They can suck up your powers and use that against you. Let's go to the past and take care of this. And they barely did anything. More towards the end, they did, just because Magneto took him over.
Mhm.
But, like, I don't know.
Yeah,
that was,
that was
that
something
was
I
still a
think
good movie.
I think
That's
it
probably
should-
one of the
I
best
think
ones.
it needs to be more character driven. I think that's why
Yeah.
I think that's why Logan was so successful, is because it was character driven.
Right.
Yeah.
And not to say not only that was it because it was so successful, it was a really good movie.
Mhm.
Because the character of Logan is a really cool, interesting character.
More
and they did a
individual
really
conflict
good job
to
with
drive
it.
If you
a
dive into
personality.
the depths of the character,
Yeah,
rather than
right.
just like, look, he has claws, isn't that cool?
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot there to work with.
Yeah, Logan was basically, what if people with amazing superpowers were also humans?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wah!
Unacceptable.
Yep.
But yeah, like I don't know. I just the X-Men world is so big. Not even like
Oh, it's-
considering like Storm and Wolverine joining the Avengers at some
Yeah.
point. Just the X-Men world is huge. The mutant world is huge.
It's like a third of the whole entire Marvel universe,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Like, there's
maybe
so-
even half.
There's the New Mutants, there's the Freedom Fighters, there's Excalibur, there's
X-Force.
X-Force, like
A lot
like,
of those we don't need a movie.
it's
though.
just it's
Well, yeah.
huge. And like I just think that they just need to like stop being competitive. I think that's what a lot of it is like
You need to be patient with their
Yeah.
writing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just take their time.
that's my
Don't try and
opinion.
one up Marvel.
Right.
Yeah.
Real quick,
Yep.
just because I thought of it. There's a scene in the trailer. You see Magneto and Xavier caught.
Yeah.
First
Yes.
thought on that.
First thought on that is
like we're their captive.
I have no idea. what's going
Yeah.
on.
They
No.
weren't caught. They would Magneto and Xavier would not get caught. There was no way Magneto and Xavier could get caught.
That's
Oh.
not necessarily.
They're
true.
setting themselves up as bait.
That's
Can
not necessarily.
you're
true.
talking about the end in
Yeah.
the train? Can the Phoenix temporarily like stop powers? Like, you still have them, but like dilute them so they don't work as well as they should.
Not that I'm aware.
Okay,
of.
I didn't know if she had that power, and that's how they got caught.
But would that be? I mean, if they introduced that, would that be such a bad thing?
I mean, she's
mean-
already like one of the most overpowered characters in comic
Yeah,
book
like, she-
history. For
like,
her to be able to
But
take
yeah,
powers
so
away would be crazy.
what's a few more powers?
Yeah.
I guess.
Kind of like the kid in Last Stand, how when he got so close to him, he was like the reason for the cure. Like
Leech,
your
yeah.
Leech. Like your
Yeah.
powers would just kind of just stop.
Right.
So I don't know. Maybe
No, I don't know if you need to take it that far, but
I
it could be
know.
something that like she was able to.
maybe
at
you
least
can
for
get
a
Quicksilver in there too. You
time-
could just vibrate through those chains or whatever they're strapped in.
It could be,
Phase
unless they
through
were
'em.
wearing a
Can
kind of a
Quicksilver-
collar.
Can
I've
Quicksilver
never seen-
vibrate through stuff like the Flash?
I've never seen Quicksilver do it.
Okay.
They don't
I
really
didn't know.
explore him as much as there's not as much about him as there is in the
It's
Flash.
more-
So
yeah.
maybe not. They were each wearing like collars though in that scene though, which
Oh,
maybe
power-
that's like a mute, like
It's
a
dampening-
ability
It's a
of
prohibiting collar.
prohibiting collar.
Dampening.
They took
power
that
dampening
from DC.
things.
Yeah, they did. I remember. There was
But-
an episode of Young Justice where that
There was
happened.
that dampening collar in Deadpool as well.
Yes.
Yes, that's
right.
yes.
You're right, yeah.
X-Men stuff.
Exactly.
Because we're talking about X-Men.
Exactly.
Well, we've
I
already-
was just letting you know
We've
that they've
established-
already established the
we're-
collar.
Well,
We're
we've
breadcrumbing
established
things
here
into
is that
this.
We've already seen this movie basically, so why
Exactly.
even bother?
Yeah.
No,
I'll still see
no,
it.
I will still see it. It looks good to me. Based on the trailer, it looks
Yeah,
really
visually it looks cool.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Doesn't look too cheesy.
And I like a lot of the actors and actresses that they've gotten for this new iteration of. I love James McAvoy, and I think Michael Fassbender's really nice, and I think Sophie Turner as Jean Grey is a
Mhm.
good choice as well.
I like
Yeah.
the kid who plays Cyclops, even though like the one main scene where he's in is like a terrible acting choice.
Yeah.
But,
They,
but
yeah,
I do like that kid in general.
I'm gonna like Cyclops no matter who's playing him. That's
yeah.
just me.
You like the Boy Scout characters,
Well,
though.
that's just me.
All right. Another movie that actually I did not care for in the first trailer, that the second trailer is getting me. Actually, watching it the second time got me even more excited for it. Is the new Hellboy, not by Guillermo del Toro, but visually it still looks great. It's going to be a R-rated movie. There's a lot of gore. There's some F-bombs in the trailer.
Yeah.
Was the
but-
first Hellboy? Those were PG-13.
Those are
right?
PG-13. Yeah.
Okay, well this should be interesting.
No Ron Perlman this time. It is who was it? David Harbour.
David Harbour.
yeah.
David Harbour from the hit show Stranger Things. But and what's your first take on the trailer?
No Abe Sapien.
Correct.
Thumbs down.
Sorry. We'll just move
That's
on.
not a deep- yeah, that's not a deal breaker for me. But no, that's the
A
first I've seen of
telepathic
that.
fish? Come on.
I knew
I
that they were
know.
making a new Hellboy. That's the first I've seen of that trailer. It looks exciting.
I think the gore might be a little bit over the top for people that are in love with the first two Hellboys.
Maybe they were kind of going for like what they did with Deadpool, though, where like it was a smash hit, finally having an R-rated
Yeah.
superhero movie.
The thing with the
I feel
comics
like-
is like they're very darkly drawn, except for Hellboy
Very
and,
red, yeah.
and blood. But there's not that much blood. Like even Abe in the comics is very like he's very very dark green, almost like a grayish. He's very undertoned. And like Hellboy pops ants on it or whatever, but
Mhm.
It might not
Um,
be that bloody.
yeah, it doesn't bother me. Hellboy is a pretty aggressive character anyway.
That's
I
what I was
do-
gonna
I do
ask.
like
He is
the books.
violent.
Oh, yeah.
Whether or not there's
Yeah.
blood, he is a violent character. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
He's a demon.
My first
Yeah.
thought of the trailer is, well, my first thought after watching the trailer is kind of the opposite of what we were just saying about X-Men. Is I kind of don't want them to talk too much. I want, for a Hellboy, this is a character, this is a demon from hell who's decided to fight for good guys.
he quips.
Except
That's
he,
Hellboy's
he-
thing.
Yeah.
He
No, yeah,
quips.
he's
he doesn't
supposed to
he
be
doesn't
kind of
speak
funny.
he doesn't speak in rhyme though, so that's a downer.
No Dr. Seuss moments.
I was not aware of that. I'm really, really glad that they got away.
No,
they got
that's
rid
not
of
Hellboy.
that.
That was the Demon Etrigan joke.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
No, that's unacceptable.
But no.
That makes a movie unwatchable.
But no, I don't want it to be a heavy movie.
No, and I
You
don't
know
think
what I
it's
mean?
it doesn't look like it's going to be.
No.
I don't want Hellboy to be a heavy movie.
Yeah.
anything where humor is featured in the trailer, I think you can count on it at least not being too
But
weighty.
do you think they're going to go for like a Deadpool tone now? Rated R.
Maybe,
You
but not
got
quite as over the top.
It's not going to be
gore.
Yeah,
and-
it's not going to be like
I mean, it's not breaking any
it's not going
fourth
to be
wall
joke,
stuff.
joke.
No,
Not saying that
no.
like Deadpool did that in like a bad way.
Oh no,
But,
I mean
like-
that's
That
Deadpool
suits,
though.
That suits.
That's his
Deadpool.
personality.
So like the way I see Hellboy is the plot itself is going to have devastating effects. But Hellboy, because he's basically an immortal being, doesn't really care, but he's slowly falling in love with humanity. And we see that in display in the first two Hellboys, mainly in Hellboy's love for kittens, which is a
Yeah.
overarching theme that occurs in the comics.
Heartwarming scenes.
Yeah, Hellboy loves cats, and he learns different parts of humanity appeal to him, and he has a father. And so I think that's what works well for Hellboy is that the stuff happening around is going to be crazy and dealing with mythological forces beyond our control and a lot of other cliches and things like that. But Hellboy is going to be this like grounded figure that's just like, yeah, I mean, what do I got to do? Like, tell me
Yeah.
what to do, and I'll do the best I can. And I think that's what makes it interesting. And yeah, this movie, I agree with Andrew. The second trailer makes it much more appealing than the first trailer.
I never saw the first trailer, but
It didn't sell it for me.
I
No.
wouldn't have been super excited to begin with. I like the
You'd
first
been
two
like, cool,
Hellboys,
David
but-
Harbour's in it.
Yeah,
Whatever.
I like him. I think he's great, but yeah,
Still
no.
no
The
Ron
second
Perlman,
trailer,
though.
it looks like an exciting movie, one that would definitely be
Yeah,
worth
that-
a theater.
The creature
ticket.
crawling out of the road, that looked pretty cool.
That was crazy. That's why I asked if it was directed by Guillermo del Toro,
Yeah.
because that looked like one of his
It
creations.
did. It kind of looked like the thing from the
Pan's
Pan's
Labyrinth.
Labyrinth,
Pan's
with
Labyrinth,
the,
yeah.
the hands and
Yeah,
the
that's
eyes. Yeah.
that's what it looked like to me.
Which we saw a guy have that tattooed on his leg. Remember
What?
that?
Oh God! What? That's
You-
horrifying.
you didn't see it?
No.
Weird.
Oh, it's when you were sitting next to me at where were we?
Platform?
Platform.
No.
There's a guy behind me had it on his leg.
Huh.
I thought I pointed it out. Maybe
No,
I missed out
or
on-
I was spacing out.
That's an odd
Oh,
tattoo.
It
God.
was,
Oh, yeah.
and like the
That's
people he
disturbing.
was sitting with were like asking him about it, and he was like, "Yeah, it's from Pan's Labyrinth," and he was like, "Have you guys seen that movie?" And
I
they were like,
remember.
It's a subtitle movie,
overhearing.
huh?
I remember overhearing somebody at the next table
Yeah.
bringing up Pan's Labyrinth.
Yeah.
I didn't know that they were talking about a tattoo. Though.
Yeah, he
had
oh my
the-
goodness.
"He had the yeah."
Unpopular opinion about that movie. I was not very impressed by,
Oh, I like
That.
Pan's
I liked
Labyrinth.
it.
but I watched it like maybe 5 months ago after it came out, many years. So
We saw it in theaters.
I don't know if
Yeah.
I was just not on the wagon with it and all that, but I was not completely impressed by it as much as I thought I was going to.
Guillermo del Toro
It was so
does
good.
like
when it cuts his face.
horrifying yet whimsical fairy tale type
Yeah.
stories very well.
Yeah.
No, I liked Pan's Labyrinth.
It was a good. I thought there was gonna be more visuals to it. Maybe that's what my issue was. Because I've heard so much about it for like the last it's like 15 years old, 10 years old.
13. I think it
13.
came out in 2006 or
Yeah.
2007.
I saw it as an impressionable college freshman, so that
You
makes
were
sense.
probably horrified.
No, I was like, this is real art. I'm now that I'm an adult, I understand this.
Well,
Yeah.
part of it is that in college we had a movie theater nearby that it played like more commercial stuff, but it also very
Mhm.
heavily pushed a lot of like more independent and artsy Oscar bait kind of movies, and we saw a lot of those in that theater, and that was
Right.
just one of them, and it was really good. There's always in every Guillermo del Toro film I've seen, there's always one movie or one moment that is just gross and horrifying.
Like the bottle in Pan's Labyrinth.
Well, I was thinking like when he
Or
had
that
his
part.
face
Yeah.
sliced.
I always started thinking about the bottle. I was like, ooh, the bottle scene's coming up.
And then in The Shape of Water, or
Yeah.
The Shape of Water with the finger.
Yeah. The guy's finger is just
Oh yeah, in a
No.
Crimson Peak with like the screwdriver that went through his face.
Oh, there's always one just
Yeah.
absolutely horrifying,
cringe-worthy, like,
moment
ugh.
where you're just like, ugh, no, why?
Except Hellboy.
Why am
I don't think
I-
there's any.
Except
Yeah,
Hellboy.
I mean it's PG-13.
That's an yeah.
Everything
That's
else
the
is
only
rated
reason
R
that he
by
couldn't do
him.
exactly everything he probably wanted to with
Yeah.
that. It was also the first two Hellboys were also made during a time when like superhero, with the exception of maybe Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, superhero
Yeah.
movies were really underwhelming. I think of Ben Affleck's Daredevil, and
I always
the
think of
Eric
Ben Affleck's
Bana,
Daredevil.
the
I
Eric
try
Bana
not to
Hulk
think about Dared.
all
no.
came from around that time, and those were
Yeah.
just not very good. But
So yeah, we're all excited for Hellboy, right?
yeah, I'd go see
Yeah,
it.
I'd-
I wasn't
Alright.
really
I'd
a
love to see
super
it.
huge
Yes,
fan of Hellboy,
I'll
but
buy
based on that
tickets tonight
trailer,
for
I would
us.
go see it. We'll go to the midnight showing all
Yes.
together.
All right, write down a name for you three. We're gonna do
A
Marvel
name?
trivia because
Oh.
next Sunday we are going to be.
Oh, I see what you were saying.
We're gonna be doing Marvel trivia, and we're gonna win some money.
What do you mean write down a name?
like to keep
Checklist,
tally, like
sorry.
Steve,
Oh.
Jared, Jessica.
Oh,
Okay.
I thought we
I'll
were
go
coming
with-
up with the team name.
We got 100
I'm
questions we
disappointed.
need to get through.
Yikes. Okay, I didn't know.
Yikes!
I had more things to talk about.
Oh, like what?
No, don't
No.
worry about it. I'll
I-
save it for the next episode that you invite me to.
So,
And you
so the
will.
next episode.
This is a series finale.
The next
Oh.
episode will be
Goodbye,
trivia next
everyone.
Sunday.
This is the tasteful conclusion of this podcast.
Is that next Sunday?
It is next
Yeah.
Sunday.
Unless you're really good at
Yeah.
Marvel trivia, then sorry, it was yesterday. You missed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
might
I've
as well
been
just stay
practicing.
home, don't look it up.
All right. I'm not going to give you the multiple choice because I don't know how the questions are going to be. Probably won't be multiple
No, they're
choice.
definitely not going to
Yeah.
be multiple.
Do we need to
No.
buzz in or anything?
Just slam
Yeah,
your beer onto the table.
You'll give your answers, and we'll just mark a check mark is a
Okay.
right answer.
So as long as Jared goes first each time, we should.
yeah,
be
we'll be
fine.
like, yeah, what he said.
I wouldn't bet on that. Andrew asked me a couple questions before.
some
Are
of
these
the-
hard?
Some of these are easy, some of them are hard. They kind of
Okay.
range.
We'll see.
All right. It's been confirmed outside the movies that the Tesseract is which Infinity Stone?
Don't know their
Tesseract
names.
is which Infinity
I
Stone?
thought it was the energy.
It's the time stone, isn't it? Or,
No, no,
sorry,
no,
not
no,
the
no,
time
no,
stone.
no.
The space stone.
I thought it was the energy one because it's used as an energy source.
It is used. As an
You
energy
mean the power?
source.
You mean
power,
power?
yeah, power.
So
It is used as an energy source, but they take the power from
you're not supposed to explain your answer to give him the answer.
across the universe. It's a space stone.
It's the Love Stone.
It's the Love Stone.
Is it really?
No.
No, it's the
I was gonna
Space
say.
Stone.
Heart.
Okay.
Yeah, it's heart.
It's hard.
Heart, fire, earth, wind. Why was Eric Selvig arrested and placed in a mental
He's
health
in his
facility?
underpants.
Yeah, wasn't he like
Jumping
pantsless
around.
someplace, ranting like a lunatic?
He stripped naked at Stonehenge.
That was it. It's
That was it.
Who gets the point for that one?
I don't know.
Stefan Salzgard or whatever his name
Stellan
is.
Skarsgård.
Yeah.
Yeah. He gets all the points.
all right, we're gonna go with Jared.
Bill from Mamma Mia.
We're gonna go Jared, Steve, Jessica with this then.
Okay.
I have lived most of my life surrounded by my enemies. I would be grateful to die surrounded by my friends. Who said
Oh
it?
God, that's
We got this wrong at trivia like
it's,
2 years ago.
It's Guardians of the Galaxy. It's
No,
not-
it's Drax, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Drax.
well, I was still
What do you say? What do you say?
Gamora.
It's Gamora.
Oh, is it?
Because we got that wrong. I was like, I'm never gonna forget this.
You guys are killing me.
All right,
Yeah.
who said this? I am not some stray-eyed waif here.
Starry-eyed ways.
Sorry, I can't. I've been drinking. I'm not. Yeah, I am not some
Yeah,
starry-eyed
this one-
wife here to succumb to your pivotal
Pelvic
sorcery.
I remember this one as well.
Yeah, I know this one.
That's Gamora.
That's
too.
Gamora.
That's correct.
That's a
Gamora.
fantastic line. One that apparently was very, very poorly translated in the Chinese version of Guardians of the Galaxy, which had a lot of translation issues. Like a lot of the jokes just did not
Yeah.
apparently land.
By which of these movie monikers is Odin known? Well, by which of these? What is Odin known as? The Beard Papa, the All Father, the Wise Father, or the Truth Sayer?
Definitely the Beard Papa.
Yeah, you don't remember that from Thor?
That's the spinoff of Papa Roach's
What were
band.
they? It was.
Beard Papa, the All Father, the Wise Father, or the Truth Sayer?
I think it's the
All
All-Father.
Yeah.
All Father. Who gives Loki his power scepter as a gift? The Collector, Odin, Thanos, or Thor?
Thanos, wasn't it?
Yes, Thanos.
Mhm.
Got a lot more to go through.
It's hard to keep track.
Benicio
It's
del
hard to keep
Toro.
track.
Oh, there's an advertisement.
A mandatory 30-second ad.
I don't know how to get past. Oh, there's a skip button all the way down there. That's how they get you. You gotta look for it. Name this Irish shoulder. Name this Irish soldier with a fondness for bowler hats.
Bowler
Bowler
hats.
hats.
Bowler's hats.
This is
sorry.
from Captain America, the
Yeah,
first one.
So
Yes.
it's gonna be Dum Dum.
Dum
Dugan.
Yeah,
Dum
that's right. It was him. I
Dugan.
forgot they said that.
Mhm. Should somebody
That's
who
right.
knows how to read be reading the question?
Probably. Where did Iron Man first face off against Whiplash?
The racetrack.
The racetrack in Monaco.
Where? Okay, Monaco. It did have cities, I guess.
Oh,
What was Sam Wilson before he came Falcon?
a black
He was
man.
a paratrooper or something.
A parrot.
A parrot?
Yeah.
Is that your final answer?
Okay, I
Was
guess
he
we,
one of the choices?
perhaps we should
a Navy
wait for
SEAL,
the
a
multiple choices.
Pararescue, a pilot, or a professional daredevil?
I knew it had rescue in it.
A
All the
pararescue.
above.
Yeah.
Rescue heroes?
He explicitly said he is not a pilot.
Yes, that's true.
I ain't no pilot.
Yeah, that's
That's
exactly how he said it.
I am racist.
Yeah, you really nailed that.
What 80s movie character who got his start
This
in
is
Marvel
easy.
Comics could be seen in the Collector's
Oh,
Yeah.
Howard the Duck.
Heathcliff. Oh. Yeah, Howard.
E-
Clifford the Big Red Dog.
I like the choices. E.T., Howard the Duck, Slimer, or Indiana Jones.
I could see Slimer appearing for some reason at the end
Slimer.
of that movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish Indiana. He's like banging on the side of his.
It's
thing,
Harrison Ford.
I
Just
don't
let me out
belong
of
in a
the
museum.
He's in the refrigerator from the fourth one. Let me out of here.
I didn't think we talked about that.
Yeah, we don't talk about that one.
Oh, that movie? Yeah, I like to forget it.
What weapon is Fondrel known best to use?
Who on earth?
He's the
He uses like a.
he's like the
kind of
Indiana
like a-
Jones. He's like the my gosh, Robin Hood kind of character.
Yeah.
Oh,
From
he's got
what?
a rapier.
Thor.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't think of.
I
the
didn't
word
know
of
his
it.
name,
A
but yeah,
rapier.
Rapier.
I don't really remember him.
Is that one of
Oh,
the
yeah.
choices?
Yeah,
Yeah.
rapier
then, yeah.
was.
He's
Oh.
the one with like the goatee and the.
He's the
and
one who changes actors
the
in the two
mustache.
movies, but you
Yeah.
don't notice because you don't see him enough.
And you-
Oh, right.
He was played by the new Captain Marvel, whatever his name is,
What?
Zachary.
Levy.
Yeah,
that was
he
him?
plays Fandral.
Can you
Yeah.
give me that
Oh.
character name again, Andrew?
What character?
Fandral.
Fandral. Remember that Fandral.
Fandral.
Yeah, there's a lot of like Thor characters I don't know the name of.
Right.
That would be
No, I
hard
would
to.
never
You got
know
you got
that.
Fandral, Hogan, and Volstagg. You got the heroes.
And
three.
Lady Sif.
My favorite is Meek.
Well, I know.
My favorite's Meek from Thor Ragnarok.
What's
Meek's
Thor's?
dead.
Mixed did.
No, he's
What's Thor's mother's name?
not.
I forget.
Freya.
Freya.
Yeah.
Freya. Yeah.
I think they call her Frigga in the
Frigga.
movie, but
Yeah.
it's the same version.
Yeah.
Steve's niece's
Yeah.
name is Freya, after that very thing.
Star Lord's ship is named after who?
Alyssa
Milano.
Milano,
I know that was like an easy one.
Phoebe Halliwell.
Oh, okay.
as she's best known.
No,
clearly.
she's not. Just to me.
Who said it? You made by men some of the most highly trained professionals in the world look like a bunch of minimum wage mall cops.
Minimum wage.
Minimum wage, not. I know. I'm having a rough day. I had a mimosa.
Can you reread the question?
You
You
made
made-
my men, some of the most highly trained professionals in the world, look like a bunch of minimum wage mall cops.
I think.
I just watched this the other day. I know the answer. Is it Tony Stark, Nick Fury, Agent Coulson, or Justin Hammer?
Probably Nick Fury, but I don't actually know.
It might have been Coulson.
This is the least watched movie I've ever had. that
Is it the
have.
first Thor?
It's Agent Coulson from
Yeah.
Thor 1.
I wouldn't have
It's
guessed
after
that.
Thor
Like
tries to get his
it's
hammer from like the tents and all
I
that
was
stuff.
Pretty sure.
That's
but
where
it wasn't
Hawkeye
one.
makes his first appearance.
Yeah. I didn't think it was a bad movie.
What will be the... No, this is stupid. What will be the title of the second Avengers movie?
There's no way to know.
Age of Infinity, obviously.
There's no way to know.
There's no... We don't know. these
Rise of the
answers.
Miracles.
Rise of the Miracles or Civil War or Age of Ultron.
Yeah, Avengers Visions in this one.
Age of.
Are you sure?
That's what I'm going with.
Age of Ultron.
Oh.
Who would have known? Who voices Jarvis, Iron Man's artificial intelligence assistant?
How
Paul
old is
Bettany.
this quiz?
I don't know. I wonder if to show some. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean that movie came out 11 years
Well,
ago.
I mean, you just say who's Vision.
All right, which
Yeah,
cosmic
I don't know.
character?
I don't know any of the actors' names. I just have to go based off. I was about to say Jeffrey Chaucer, which would have been
That
a bad
is
answer.
so no.
That is such a thing that I
No,
would say though.
that is-
I don't know
that's
any
so
actors'
you.
names. I just know other
You know
characters
some
they
of
play.
them. You know some of them.
Next question.
All right, who does Jeff Goldblum play in Ragnarok?
The Collector's brother. I don't remember his name.
Oh, you don't know?
I didn't think of it.
Well, this
They
is
didn't really
multiple
mention
choice,
it.
so I'm cheating here because
Yeah,
I can see it
you
on
see
my
the
thing.
computer. Yeah.
The collector is an option, but obviously
The
that's not
gardener,
right.
the architect, the collector, or the... Did I already say the collector? The grandmaster, the gardener.
Grandmaster.
Grandmaster.
Yeah, grandmaster. I'm doing Sporkle stuff now. Which actor has been vocal about his wish to have filled the role of Captain America before Chris Evans has gotten the role?
I don't know this.
Tom Hardy, Will Smith, John Krasinski, or Toby Kebbell?
I guess
I don't
John
know this.
Krasinski, but I have no idea.
It's John Krasinski.
I would have guessed Tom Hardy.
It was like down to Will Smith,
would've
John
guessed Will
Krasinski, and
Oh, can
yeah,
you
they're all,
imagine
like,
if
up
Will
there.
Smith was Captain America?
I
Oh
mean,
my
it
God.
wouldn't have been
Jeez.
Captain America. It just would have been Will,
Will Smith, the
yeah,
movie. Will Smith goes back in time and fights in World War II.
agency. Which of these actors have not played either a villain or an antagonist in the MCU? Lee Pace, Christoph Waltz, Christopher Eccleston, or Corey Stoll?
Christoph Waltz.
Yeah, he was in
Glorious Bastards.
the
I got nothing.
yeah
Okay.
Inglourious Bastards.
First appearing in 2013. Which Infinity Stone is red?
The ether.
Either, but it's named by the stone.
Yeah. Which
Oh,
stone?
The
Is that the
love stone.
No, the reality. It's the
The
reality
reality
stone.
The Reality Stone. Which of these villains has not yet appeared in any MCU properties? Taskmaster,
Oh my goodness.
Abu Bakar, Yellow Jacket, Batrock the Leaper. This is like super nerdy though.
I'm gonna guess
'Cause
it's.
a lot of these don't go by their names.
I'm
in
gonna
the
guess it's Taskmaster.
Taskmaster.
It's Taskmaster.
Who is Abu Bakar?
I don't.
I'm pretty
know.
sure
The
he's
other
the
two,
one
I'm
from
pretty
Iron
sure.
Man.
Yeah, the bad guy from the first Iron Man.
Oh,
movie.
from the Ten Rings.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
And then Batrock is in Captain
Is in
America
Captain-
too.
right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously Yellow Jacket was in
Ant-Man,
Ant-Man.
I don't know how to pronounce this name.
Jamon Hunsu.
Jamon Hansu. I've never had to say that out loud. Plays which character in 2014's Guardians of the Galaxy?
He is.
Oh, he plays the guy. I don't know his name.
I gotta remember this name.
He pulls
'cause
he pulls his head the thing out of his head.
and what does Drax say when he does that? Because it's funny.
Uh,
Somehow metaphors like that's a metaphor. So
oh yeah, he says the
Finger drag across throat is metaphor,
Yeah.
or something like, or is death, or something like that.
Karath the pursuer.
Sure.
Yeah.
What is the name of the rainbow-colored bridge featured in Thor 2?
Bifrost Bridge.
Bifrost.
Peyton Reed was brought in to finish directing responsibilities for Ant-Man after which director left the project?
I didn't know this.
What's Edgar Wright?
Yeah.
I didn't
That was like the
know
biggest
that.
disappointment of that movie. It's like everyone wanted to see Edgar Wright finally
I-
direct Ant-Man that he's had planned for like 10 years.
I didn't know that at all.
If it wasn't for Edgar Wright, I don't even think Ant-Man would even be a movie.
It's a possibility.
Jokes on them, apparently.
What is the name of Yondu Vedanta's whistle colored arrow. Yeah,
I have no idea.
I
I'm
don't
telling you, like some of
know.
these things, like it's hard.
No, this was never mentioned in the movie.
Oh
I
yeah,
didn't know Yandu's arrow had a name.
What are the choices?
the
Good luck to you.
Sakaran arrow,
These
the
aren't English words.
Stakar arrow, the Yaka arrow, or the Askavarian arrow.
One of the first two.
One of the first four.
Starts with an S.
Oh no,
Sakaran?
it's the Yaka arrow.
Oh, it's way off.
No idea.
Which movie introduced the Celestials?
Guardians of the Galaxy 2?
I think they're probably mentioned in the first one.
The vaulting boots of Voltor,
Voltor.
the staff of one, the wand of Watumb, or Dragonfang.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
The
either.
wand, I think, was the one that was not shown.
Dragonfang.
What is Dragon Fang?
I
don't know what that
I
is.
was just
Fang
guessing.
Fang Foom's mouth.
I was just guessing.
No, this would be fun. Oh, no, this one's easy. Maybe 2015's Avengers: Age of Ultron and its trailers featured a reworked version.
Pinocchio. The guy with
Yes.
strings.
Or are you sure
Take
it's
no
not Bambi
strings
or
on
Little
me.
Mermaid or Lion King?
Very nice and creepy.
It was very effective.
I wish
yeah.
they played it during the movie though.
Nah, it was
Which
just-
metal?
He hummed it during the movie.
He did, yeah, he did.
He
And
hummed-
he
Oh, yeah,
quoted
yeah,
it, I
yeah,
think,
he did.
briefly.
There's no strings on me. Which metal poisons Tony Stark when he uses it as an energy core for the arc reactor? in
Mercury.
Iridium.
He had too much sushi.
Palladium,
It was
is that,
palladium.
Burger
yeah.
King.
Well, it certainly wasn't uranium.
It was
Palladium?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even know that. That was like the only one I didn't know. What is the
MSG.
name?
Oh, the only one you didn't know.
I know, I'm terrible.
Oh, I think I know this.
What is the name of the Grubby Hell's Kitchen bar that Matt and Foggy and Cran frequent in Daredevil season 1 and 2?
Josie.
Josie's, Jolie's, Jody's, or Joannie's?
Mel's.
Shawarma.
Josie's.
Josie's?
Central Perk.
This isn't even like MCU though. This
no,
is
that's the only.
it is
Marvel
Josie. I don't even
Netflix
remember
one.
that.
Yeah.
The home of the Inhumans is called what?
Are they going to ask questions about the Netflix series?
I don't.
That was the only one.
I don't
so
think
far.
so because the description is 21 movies led up to this moment.
Okay.
But it also had, which is 21 is ending at. Is it Avengers Infinity? Is Infinity War 21 or is Ant-Man and the Wasp?
That was a question I was going to ask you because doesn't Captain Marvel come out this week? You're not gonna
comes
ask
out
me-
next
Next
week,
week.
which I'm very excited for.
Since they're not going to ask me any questions about
But
Captain Marvel, right?
On the
You
cover
wouldn't
of
think
it
so.
has Captain Marvel shooting up into the sky in like a cartoonish thing. So I'm gonna see it Saturday.
Well,
so
if they spoil it for me, I'm going to break something.
well,
Hello, we can just
And now
burn
I
it.
have that recorded.
We can just burn the building down.
Anyway, the Inhumans is
Adeline appearing as villainous Hela, Kate Blanchett's. Yeah, sorry. Only line in the first Thor Ragnarok trailer was which the following.
Oh,
Hi, I'm Camp Pledget.
you may remember me from such films as The Lord of the Rings.
Wow, they're doing
I
trailer
broke your hammer.
questions. I know what you're thinking. Asgard is dead at its main event time, or I come from the land of the ice and snow.
That one.
Welcome
No.
to the
It's-
Thunderdome.
I think it's
She doesn't say any of those except Asgard
Asgard
is dead.
I don't remember that, but yeah, that would have been
Yeah.
my guess. Yeah.
What is the name of the group of World War I soldiers led by Captain America? This is a different quiz, though. So the Howling Commandos, we all know that. We got 23 seconds left.
Oh, geez, how many questions are there?
Oh, 17, but we have 31 to get to. We're at 17. We have
There's
31
only
to
30
get
seconds left.
to. Which of these actresses can be
Oh, wow.
confirmed to be starring in 2019's Ant-Man and the Wasp?
That was not 2019.
No.
Yeah, that was this week. Julie Andrews, Sharon Stone,
I
Michelle
wish.
Pfeiffer, or Susan Sarandon?
You
Michelle
accidentally
Pfeiffer.
hit Sharon Stone. Shame on you.
No, I didn't.
Well, you said you did. No, it's Susan Sarandon.
No, it's Michelle Pfeiffer.
No, it's
Wasn't it?
Julie Andrews.
Yeah.
No one knows.
It's Michelle
it is
Pfeiffer.
Michelle
She's in the
Pfeiffer.
movie.
Yeah, yeah,
I know.
What was I think? What was Susan Sarandon in that she?
Nothing.
Oh, I'm thinking of something else. Never mind. Don't listen to me. Are we sure it's not Julie Andrews as Maria Von Trapp?
I've been stuck in this cellular world for years.
Oh, man. So, yeah. Everybody do your studying for next Sunday. I'm ready.
We did watch a lot of these movies recently,
Yeah.
so that's nice.
I just rewatched Thor. I forgot how kind of I don't know, anticlimactic that was. Because there's like a
It's-
lot of downtime in Thor.
It's mostly like a comedic movie that's meant to just establish the character.
Yeah,
It's not my least favorite. I think my least favorite is probably
it
Thor:
really
The Dark World.
established Shield too, because I completely forgot how big of a role they had in that too.
that robot
Because you had Iron
showing
Man
up as the whole
2,
purpose for the events of the
Yeah.
Avengers.
so
Good
the Destroyer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, there's some more I'm gonna try and rewatch within the next week.
This was asked on one of your previous episodes, like a long time ago. But what is your favorite? Everybody's favorite movies.
like Marvel MCU.
MCU movies.
So not including anything outside with like Sam Raimi or nobody. I mean, no one's gonna say Daredevil, but
No, just MCU.
MCU.
MCU. Yeah,
I
we'll
don't
keep
know.
the MCU.
I really like the Guardian of the Galaxy movies. Number 1 was awesome.
hmm
I've never had a movie like now that I'm a parent, it hits harder. But I've never had a movie in the first like 2 minutes draw like emotions of seeing a son
with his
lose
mom.
his mom
Yeah,
in the very beginning, and that's the setup for like the rest of the movie too.
yeah.
And I've never like
At the very end, when he
That-
finally opens her gift from him,
That
though,
too.
I teared up a
like
bit, I will
rewatching
say.
that now that I have a child hits a little bit harder.
Oh, sure.
Back when I saw, it, I was like, okay, his mom died. Let's get the movie going. Like, no offense to like parents and kids and all that. Like that would happen.
But parents just don't understand.
Yeah.
Andrew is having this nice emotional moment,
Yeah.
and then you bring
Then-
that in.
then you bring in the part at the end of Guardians 2, which is a great movie as well, and Yondu dies at the end of that
Spoilers.
too. Spoiler alert, because that's 3 years old. Get over it.
I am disappointed that Yondu's dead because I love that actor and I love how
Yeah.
I love how he played that guy.
Which I like seeing everything after Infinity Wars, and like how everybody bitched about. Oh, I mean, it's not like he had an option like during the movie. Like, do you want to go this way or this way with Star-Lord's decision? Like, his dad died. He saw his father die. He had to kill his actual dad. His mom died. His girlfriend died. Like,
it's rough. Yeah.
he's got a Star-Lord just in general everywhere has a
Bad luck.
pretty damn
yeah.
rough life.
Don't go
sounds
anywhere with
like.
that guy.
I blame Chris Pratt.
Yeah. Okay. And
Thanks,
by that
Chris
guy, I
Pratt.
mean Chris Pratt.
Yeah,
He should be avoided at all.
yeah. I would say Guardians 1 is definitely one like.
Yeah, and then his wife divorced him in real life.
Yeah, that's wrong. It's okay.
But hey, he's
He's
a
getting
he's
remarried.
a Schwarzenegger now, so it's still cool. He'll be back.
He's also the dumbest guy on Parks and Rec, and oh my goodness.
I liked him better as Andy in Parks and Rec. I'll be honest.
So
Mouse
yeah,
rat.
I agree that I haven't disliked any of them.
Guardians
really,
1 or
but
Infinity
Guardians
War?
is good.
I know it's
I've
so
disliked
freaking
some
long.
of them.
Which
Which one?
what's your least favorite? Let's actually
I mean,
yeah.
I did
least
not
favorite.
like
Top your favorite one or your least favorite?
favorite. I couldn't tell you my favorite.
Too many to
I'd-
pick from.
I'd have to go
21
watch
movies
them
to
all
pick
again. And,
Yeah.
my least favorite. It's probably Thor,
Thor
2
2,
or
yeah.
Iron Man
Thor
2.
2 is pretty weak.
Iron Man
Iron
2
Man
is
2?
cool visually.
But it's got
Nah, it doesn't.
it's got Sam Rockwell, Jared.
I freaking love Sam Rockwell, and
I-
that's not enough
I
to
like
make me
drunk-
like that movie.
I like drunk Tony Stark. That's the best part of that movie.
You liked Iron Man 3 better than Iron Man 2?
I did too,
I would
yeah.
have to agree.
Iron Man
Yeah.
3 was
I
so
don't see
character
that.
driven on who he is as a person without the arc reactor.
Yeah, but the other half of the movie was awful.
that
Yeah.
little kid was so cool.
Yeah, half of the movie was good. The
I-
other half was
No.
terrible.
I think they should have made Ben Kingsley as a twist at the
Okay,
end
yes.
actually be the Mandarin.
Yeah, like a
I
double
think
twist.
it should. Yeah, I
That
think
would've been better.
because
There-
then we could have more Ben Kingsley.
Now that I'm thinking about it for trivia, there are you might know what I'm talking about. They're like DVD features that involve
The
Phil
short
Coulson,
films?
the short films.
Yeah.
I forget what they're called, but there's an actual scene where they're interviewing somebody from Iron Man 3, and like there is a real Mandarin out there. He's trying to break out somebody from jail where this guy is. I don't know. You got to look these up. They're like very specific things, like hardcore, like DVD fans own.
Extras.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know that.
But yes, the Mandarin was the most disappointing part of that movie, but I don't think it ruined the movie.
I just wish it would.
Yeah.
And it had a lot of. It was very Gwyneth Paltrow heavy, and that's not exactly.
Yeah.
She's a very minor part of.
I was
the-
excited for like the magical rings from the Mandarin. I was like, ooh,
And then that
finally,
didn't
magic
happen.
getting involved with this.
And
And,
then that didn't happen.
you're like,
yeah.
oh.
Yeah.
I
It's
liked
like-
it more than the second one.
I did too. There's
Favorite and
no
least
there's no
favorite, then.
story in the second one. It's just Justin Hammer
It didn't
These
really
giant
advance
robots
anything.
fight
in
giant
that way,
robots.
But,
You met Black Widow. That's it.
Yeah.
The advance in Iron Man 2 was that you discovered that he's dying and the suit that's keeping him alive is killing him, and he has to figure out if he should keep doing it or not.
But that was the most like intriguing part of that movie. I thought, like,
Yeah.
oh, here's your only conflict that you solved within a half hour of the movie.
Mhm.
And I loved the internal struggle part of Iron Man 3, but everything else of that movie I despised.
Yeah.
I would say I loved the internal part of that movie, but because of the rest of that movie, I would say Iron Man 3 is my least favorite MCU movie.
Iron Man 3
Hmm.
is? Okay.
More than
What's your
Thor
favorite?
2?
Thor 2?
Yeah,
Yeah.
what's your favorite?
Ugh.
Dude,
Thor 2 is so bad.
the only
Yeah.
thing that cool happened in Thor 2 is his hand got cut off, but hey, it's not. It's actually there.
It introduces you to the ether, and that's about the purpose of. I would
Yeah.
say that Thor 2 is
That
my
was
least
like
favorite.
when it comes to like filler episodes for any shows,
Mm.
that was a filler movie.
That was a filler,
just for
a
that.
filler
See,
movie.
I
yeah.
hated Thor 2, but I hated Iron Man 3 more because it could have been better.
I-
I think Thor 2
How many
was
times
screwed
have you
from the
watched
start.
Iron Man 3 though?
I've seen it a lot of times.
I've only seen it 3 times.
But it's your
rewatched
least
it over and
favorite.
over.
So,
Yeah.
see, I think the more I watch Iron Man 3, the more I appreciate it for what it's trying to do.
I
think
feel
it
like
did
there's just a
horrible
couple
job
things that
and
it should have
been
done
better.
differently.
Iron Man 2 is more like shock and awe. Like, oh, okay, they just did a sequel just to do a sequel. Iron Man 2 was made just to set up the Avengers. Other than that, it served no other purpose.
I'll agree that it didn't really like advance the overall plot of the MCU in any meaningful way, but it still had a lot of really good things going for it.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's a bad movie.
In
They're
my-
all good
in
movies.
general,
It's just
in general, the best part of Iron Man character is his internal struggle, and
Yeah.
they did a good job of that in Iron Man 2 and a good job of that in Iron Man 3. It's just the rest of Iron Man 3 I didn't like.
Well, if anybody was interested in what mine is, it is.
Yeah, I'm interested.
Captain America: The Winter Soldier is my favorite Marvel movie.
that's like top 3. I rewatched that the other day and like action. God damn it, that movie's so good.
It's so exciting, and it is the first movie that introduces the first sign of like political intrigue,
Yeah.
where you realize that that Shield has been infiltrated and has been this whole time by like kind of this sinister presence that's been a thing since World War II, and how everything that these characters that are trying to do right thought they were doing right, it turned out that they were really just being used in a lot of ways. It also, I like Black Widow a lot, and I like her like kind of redemption arc that they try and go through, and I really like the relationship between her and Captain America just because they're so contrasting.
And you should throw in Sam Wilson towards the end too.
Right?
He's like,
no, I think
it
everything about that
in terms
movie's
of like
great.
like kind of a buddy cop kind of feel.
Kind of, yeah. No, I think
It sounds
everything
so
about it is
cheesy to
great.
say it
No,
like
no,
that,
no,
but
yeah,
but
I
yeah,
got you.
it does. It's like, hey, let's hang out. I mean, not hang out, but like we're all in this together. We all believe in the same thing. Let's take this down together. And my only issue with that was though, like there was no like really good setup for Shield until like the first hour of that. Then you find out Hydra was in control of Shield the entire time, which I'm like, I want to see more of like real Shield before. Like, yeah, Agents of Shield is a great show, still is. Okay, the first 2 seasons were good for sure. Now I've not watched since I think season 4.
I didn't know it was still on.
I just
Oh,
wish
it's
they had
still
a
on.
better setup to introduce who Shield was before. Like, here's
Before they
Shield,
got rid of it.
and now it's Hydra, and it pretty much resets everything Shield is and was.
My one
Yeah.
quibble with it is it was Zolta
Zola.
who it was made clear in the first Captain America that he was more interested in like the scientific aspect and scientific research. He wasn't really super on board with Hydra.
No,
Like he just kind of went like
he had his own.
reluctantly.
He had his own background ideas.
But then he went ahead and like advanced Hydra as like a secret infiltration into Shield, and when it was kind of thrown out there in the first one that he wasn't super into the ideology behind Hydra to begin with.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think that with Winter Soldier, they took more liberties from the character in the comics because the characters in the comics is actually like a pretty legit bad guy.
Yeah.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it just didn't quite mesh.
It's like a
It's
TV
a very
screen on a
minor,
body.
minor
Yeah.
criticism,
It's
but it didn't quite
weird.
mesh.
It didn't mesh across the 2 movies.
Yeah, no,
Right.
it does. Yeah.
No, but
But yeah,
I think they just needed somebody for that scene. They
To
just
bridge the
needed,
gap.
yeah, they needed something
Yeah.
yeah.
something familiar to occur in the bunker thing or whatever you want to call it that they were in.
and I will say I was legitimately surprised. I would not have predicted that confrontation in the bunker where the
Mhm.
computerized version of him. Yeah, I would not Never,
it was a
never
good
would have guessed.
surprise.
It was a genuine
Yeah.
surprise
You
in
thought
a
he was
time
dead.
when things aren't very genuinely surprising anymore.
And yeah, in general, the MCU has done a good job in surprising me
Oh yeah.
across all the different movies.
Just wait till you see who dies in Endgame.
Or who comes back in Endgame.
Or doesn't
Other
come
than
back.
Spider-Man.
Or doesn't, yeah. What?
Other than Spider-Man.
Oh.
You said at the beginning of this episode that Spider-Man
know.
comes back.
But are we sure?
Yeah,
Are we sure?
So here's either they come back or there are now two timelines within the Marvel universe.
And they're going to meet up 50 years
cinematic
from now.
universe.
I hope they don't mess
After we're
with
dead.
that.
I hope I don't know. So favorite Marvel film?
Avengers. First one.
Oh, first one?
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah. yeah.
It's just a
I mean,
group,
it's
of,
on my
it's just
top-
a group of superheroes
top
coming
three,
together
yes.
and arguing with each other.
I've never been so excited as I have in my life with a movie watching like Avengers.
What post-credit scene of what movie was it where I think it was Iron Man 2 where Nick Fury mentions the Avengers Initiative for the first time?
No,
Was
it's
that-
Iron Man
Avengers
1.
1.
Iron Man 1.
That's Nick Fury's first appearance.
That's right. Okay, so I have this very, very fond memory of going to see
Iron Man 2
1.
was Thor's hammer in the
That's
ground.
I have this fond memory of going to see the first Iron Man in theaters with Steve and his older brother, and after that
I was
post-credit scene
there.
ended, were you there?
You're his older brother. You don't
were at
remember
our,
that?
I was at college.
Oh,
I didn't
yeah.
think you. Oh, maybe you did.
Did you guys see it again?
Yeah.
I mean, I might not have
I've,
been
Yeah,
seen,
we
there.
I've
did.
seen it at least 3 times in theaters.
Because I
No,
definitely
yeah.
saw it in theaters with you guys.
No, but my fondest memory is it was all you could have heard a pin drop after that scene cut, and then John, Steve's older brother, just stands up and yells, "Yeah!"
Did he turn this thing off?
No, he just
Who
abandoned
knows?
this project
Yeah,
in
he
the middle
just
of it.
decided
So.
this is I'm done with this.
I don't know how it works.
I
Okay,
don't
so
either.
I guess we're just gonna have to keep streaming.
I'm sure he wants to play the
Would
theme song at the
anyone
end.
like to sing a song?
So my question, so Deadpool's been very successful,
Mhm.
so much so that they re-released a kids edited version of it,
I didn't know that.
I heard about
My
that.
goodness, what is in that movie?
and it's called Once Upon a Deadpool. Came out, they re-released it around Christmas time with a PG-13 rating. So there obviously is going to be a Deadpool 3.
hmm
But Deadpool's also supposed to show up in an X-Force movie, which focuses more on Cable time traveling.
Okay.
So, my question is what will come first? Deadpool and X-Force or Deadpool 3?
Deadpool
when we're
3.
guaranteed that it's 2 separate projects,
That's another question.
I'm thinking that they're gonna blend the 2.
They are currently listed as 2 separate things on IMDb, but Deadpool 3 does not have a director, whereas X-Force does, which is why I brought it up, because
That certainly.
I
makes
like
it
the
seem
director. I like the director. He's written it as well. He who did Cabin in the Woods, and he did Daredevil on Netflix and things like
Oh.
that.
No, I think they'll combine the 2 projects and just
What's the
have
topic? Sorry.
Deadpool 3.
X-Force and Deadpool 3. Yeah,
2 separate movies are the same, or which one's first?
yeah. Is X-Force going to be Deadpool 3 basically?
That's tough. I don't know. There's like when Deadpool 2 came out, there's like teasers like, yeah, we don't think we're gonna do a Deadpool 3. We're just gonna go straight to Deadpool 4.
Yeah, Fox.
Because that's like a Deadpool kind of thing. Like, screw it. Like, let's just screw through. We'll just go straight to 4. Just
Oh, I thought you
for-
said they were saying that they weren't going to make a sequel. I'm like, they love money far too much
I
for
know.
that. There's no way.
That does sound like something they do. Just
Yeah.
have Deadpool 4 and they just start the movie by talking about things that no one knows what the hell
Like-
they're talking
like little
about.
Can you
references
believe
to
that
Deadpool 3
last
that
movie?
never
It
happened.
was
Yeah.
crazy.
It just starts with them all laughing and like walking away or something like that.
Remember
That
when,
sounds great.
Remember when Mystique didn't really die though, and she came back in Deadpool 3, and yeah, I don't know.
I could see them doing that, honestly, but it's pretty clever.
I would.
It's giving
I'd be
Fox
on
a lot
board
of
with that.
credit.
But no, I think they'll do like kind of like how Captain America 3 wasn't really a Captain America movie; it was an Avengers movie. I think
Yeah.
they'll do that with Deadpool
Yeah.
3.
I mean, yeah,
I'll see it either way.
Sounds good.
I'll see
I'll
any
see
more
you
of the
there.
movie.
They can have my money.
Yeah. Anybody else got anything else to say?
Nah.
All right. Well, Captain Marvel comes out next weekend. I'll be there. I'm excited to see that.
I won't be
You'll
there
be
next
there
week.
at the red carpet.
I
Yeah.
will not be there at the red carpet.
Crashing that party.
What's the carpet that they have at Cinemark?
That's the sticky carpet.
I'll be at. Don't ask why
So
though.
we don't talk about it, carpet.
I will be at the sticky carpet next Saturday night. I'm going to be dressed up as DC's Captain Marvel.
Nice. And just be really outraged while
What the hell
movie's
is
going
this?
on.
Zachary Levy, where are you? But yeah, I think that's the only like really soon release coming out for anything.
Mhm. You got the other.
Yes.
About that.
Yes, we will for sure.
Yeah, because there will be a new trailer for that
Yeah,
Probably.
hopefully soon.
soon, yeah.
So, yep, follow us on Facebook, iTunes, SoundCloud.
Slap that like button.
Slap it. Don't break your computer, but
No,
slap
do.
it. Slap it lightly. Thumbs up, thumbs down. We don't care.
Because in my mind, if you break your computer while you're watching our video, it just continuously plays and we get up those views. I don't know how technology works.
300 minutes viewed by one person. So yeah, just like us wherever you can. Follow me on Instagram.
Just be my friend in real life.
If you want to be on the show, seriously, message us. We'll get you on here.
No,
We don't-
It's a hard maybe.
maybe.
it's not at your house. I mean, not at my house. At your house.
So yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks for watching. Thank you, Steve.
Oh wait,
Thank
does it
you,
say that at the
Jessica.
end of the thing?
What thing?
Never mind, just play it.
Yeah, just play the thing.
How much mimosa have you had? How much?
Should we put our hands in the middle?
No,
and
there's
do
like a
go-to?
TV
Go
show.
team.
There's like a TV show, like you know how like each production company has like a
City we sit. Good dog.
yeah. There's
Bad
the one that
robots.
ends with "Thanks for watching." I can't think of what it is though.
Shh.
That's some bad hat, Harry.
Or the Ellen DeGeneres. Anywho, or whatever it is. All right.
All right, bye.
Thanks for hanging out with us. We're gonna play the outro now.
Just some dudes drinking booze and talking comics.
Thanks for watching. I probably am not illegally.